Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. In this video I'm going to be talking about the Super Mario movie that's coming out. But before I get into it, please subscribe to the channel, ring that bell icon to be notified when I post new videos. Also, hit the thumbs up button if you like this video. Well, I'm going to go ahead and get into it. So recently I've been seeing the new trailer for, well, I saw the new trailer for the Super Mario movie I guess they just now released. It's been out for a few days or weeks, I don't know. But mostly I just saw it, and well, I was honestly very surprised by it. The design of the characters are very heavily detailed. The renderings and the texturing and everything is very well put together. The voicing or the voiceover work, I was very surprised by the casting of Chris Pratt, but honestly I don't really care. As long as the story is good and the voice acting is, like generally the expressions of the character and the mannerisms still fit the character of Super Mario, then I'm okay with it. But one thing I am concerned about is how everyone is talking about Princess Peach. Princess Peach is never a character I really paid much attention to. I mean, when I played the game, I've always just focused on the character of Super Mario, whether it's in the Super Mario 64, Nintendo 64 video game, or the whether it's the GameCube games of Mario Party or Super Smash Brothers Melee or whatever video game involving Super Mario, Mario Kart. I always focused on Super Mario, or, well, I would say my other favorite character would be Toad. Generally, the characters, I don't know, just they're entertaining, they're fun to play as in the video games on Nintendo. And so when it comes to this, I'm hoping that they capture the heart of the video game and the entire video game franchise of Super Mario. Honestly, there's not much that they could do wrong when it comes to that, unless they try to make Princess Peach a character, like they take away the core value of the character, which is that she needs help. She's a princess in trouble, and while Super Mario may not be the best hero to call, he was the best that she could do in a time of need. At least that's how I perceive the original story. And honestly, there's nothing wrong with that. And there's nothing wrong with her being wise and intelligent and having a personality of her own. I mean, when it comes to the character of Peach, I always found her to be, cutesy and everything. She's a typical princess. I mean, the name itself, Princess Peach, she's very common name, or very soft name for a princess. And so whenever I see this character, I'm hoping that she still reflects that, still soft in nature. Sure, she can kick ass, and that's fine. I mean, she's in plenty of video games, and she does well in Mario Kart. Honestly, it's a character they don't really focus on very often. And I hope they don't take too much focus away from Super Mario to focus on her, but at least focus on her enough to give her a real personality. And then you have Bowser. Bowser is honestly a big surprise. Him being Jack Black, I mean, that was just perfect. It was hilarious. I mean, growing up, I never really thought of him as playing that kind of role, but with the movies I've seen him in and the characteristics of Bowser has always been a very like, once again, he's all basic bad guy villain. I mean, he's the typical tropes of the villain that you never see until the very end, and when you do, he barely has much to say. And so he's all just ha 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 ha. It's like not much you can really do with that. I mean, he's all talk and not much else. And then every now and then you'll have him breathe fire at you and common dragon traits, or whatever he is, a Koopa, or at least it's not the Super Mario movie from way back when. But I'm not overly serious when it comes to this movie. I just want to see a movie that's fun and lighthearted, and to see Chris Pratt play this role is going to be interesting, to say the least. And the fact that they are making a movie like this in particular, I mean, it's bound to succeed, considering most kids know the role. They know they know the character, and they know the movie that they're trying to portray. They know Jack Black. They know all these characters, and it's not difficult to screw up. And so honestly, I'm surprised that it's taken them this long to make the movie. I mean, it's probably one of the movies that most people have wanted to see for so long. And I kind of hope they don't try to do the whole trope of, you know, combining elements of the real world with the video game character. They already did that with Sonic, and that was fine and all, but I enjoyed the movies. They're very entertaining. But the Super Mario movie, I want to see it entirely animated the way it is. Just keep it like that. I mean, I get it. People probably want to see Chris Pratt, but it's not something I really care to see. I grew up with Super Mario as a kid. My grandpa was the one that introduced him to me on the NES and then the SNES and so on. He just, every time there was a new iteration of the game, he would introduce it to me. My grandfather's name was Mario, so like literally that was his name. And I was fascinated with the character because it reminded me of my grandpa. And my grandpa knew how to do plumbing. He knew how to do all kinds of the traditional things that a man would do. And he was a very just well put together man. And he was a boot salesman, and he was very lighthearted and fun. My grandpa was very much into video games and comic books, and he was the one that got me into all of it. And so whenever I see this, I'm hoping they capture the heart and soul of Super Mario. I mean, there's not much you can do to screw it up. And now, when I saw Luigi, that that was priceless. That was perfect. And I couldn't stop listening to his scream when they took out his mustache. When Bowser ripped out part of his mustache. I mean, that was just so bad and painful to watch. But man, that scream was perfect. It's priceless. And so I'm hoping to see more of that humor or craziness throughout the movie. But I also want to see, you know, some action. And when I saw the Rainbow Bridge path, it reminded me so much of the Mario Kart game. So honestly, I'm enthusiastic about this because I want to see Super Mario. But with all the things that they've been doing with female characters and trying to preach female empowerment, and I believe in that there are strong females, but for that to be the only thing to them, strong female, that's it. Like, that's not a role. Like, the character needs to be feminine, needs to be, like, they need to be female. We already have so many tomboy characters, it's become too much of a trope. And honestly, I just want to see more characters developed in a way that is well written. I want to see a Princess Peach that is still a princess, that's still soft, still soft spoken, but wise, intelligent, and entertaining, of course. And I hope they also bring in Wario and Waluigi and all these characters. I want to see more of them. I want to see I just want to see all these different characters really interact. Not just have Mario be the focal point, but I want to see more characters that are from the video games of Nintendo. The fact that they showed Donkey Kong was just hilarious. I mean, honestly, I was shocked. It was not what I expected. But hopefully there'll be more to it than just a bunch of screen grabs and a bunch of Easter eggs. I want to see an actual story. Something that's fun, something that captures the heart of the games, and something that is fun for everyone, not just kids. It needs to be a movie that captures the hearts of all generations. And that's very difficult to do these days because many people are all trying to fight for control over what is good entertainment. And I just want to see something entertaining. Well, that's all I'm going to talk about. Thank you for watching. Please subscribe to this channel if you like this video. Hit the thumbs up button. Also ring the bell icon to be notified when I post new videos. Well, see you next time. Goodbye.